What if you walked through a bustling market in an African city and saw products labeled made in Nigeria, made in Ghana, or made in Kenya, instead of the usual made in China or made in the USA? Picture a continent that thrives on its own resources, where African nations trade with one another to meet their needs, free from heavy reliance on external forces. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, that dream might be closer to reality than we think. In a groundbreaking step, the African Continental Free Trade Area has begun reshaping trade dynamics across the continent. Kenya recently received its first shipment from Nigeria under this transformative trade pact. The shipment, consisting of synthetic filaments produced by Lucky Fibres Limited, a division of the Tolaram Group, marks a major milestone in Africa's journey towards self-reliance. Nigeria has dispatched its first shipment to Kenya under the African Continental Free Trade Area framework, marking a significant milestone in Africa's journey towards economic integration. This shipment, comprising synthetic filaments, recently arrived at Kenya's Mombasa port. The coordination of this shipment was overseen by Nigeria's African Continental Free Trade Area Coordination Office, led by Olusegun Awolowo, in line with the African Union's 31st Ordinary Assembly Directive. The successful delivery underscores Nigeria's expanding role in fostering intra-African trade and economic cohesion. Olusegun Olutayo, senior trade expert at the Nigeria African Continental Free Trade Coordination Office, lauded this development as a continental triumph. He emphasized that amidst escalating geopolitical tensions and potential economic fragmentation, African Continental Free Trade Area offers Africa a strategic avenue to enhance market access among member states. Olutayo further highlighted that recent economic reforms under President Bola Tinubu have been pivotal in positioning Nigeria as a key participant in the trade pact, advancing the continent's goals of industrialization and economic integration. The African Continental Free Trade Area, launched in 2019, is a bold and ambitious initiative designed to transform Africa's economic landscape by creating a single market for goods, services, and people across the continent. Encompassing 54 African nations and over 1.3 billion people, the African Continental Free Trade Area represents the world's largest free trade area by number of member states, with a combined GDP of nearly $3.4 trillion. Its primary goal is to dismantle trade barriers, unlock the continent's economic potential, and foster deeper integration among African nations. One of its core features is the elimination of tariffs on 97% of tradable goods, making it easier for businesses to sell their products across borders without the added cost of import duties. This is a game changer for intra-African trade, which currently accounts for a mere 16% of the continent's total trade volume. For comparison, intra-regional trade in Europe stands at approximately 70%, underscoring the untapped potential for African countries to trade more with each other. Beyond tariff elimination, the African Continental Free Trade Area seeks to harmonize regulations, simplify customs procedures, and address non-tariff barriers that have historically hampered trade, such as complex border checks, poor infrastructure, and inconsistent trade policies. The pact also encourages the development of regional value chains, enabling African countries to work together in manufacturing and processing goods, rather than exporting raw materials and importing finished product. The African Continental Free Trade Area's ambitious objectives include increasing intra-African trade to 38% by 2030, lifting 30 million people out of poverty, and boosting the continent's GDP by 7% by 2035. These targets are not just numbers. They represent a transformative vision for the continent. By fostering industrialization and encouraging local production, the African Continental Free Trade Area can create millions of jobs, especially for Africa's burgeoning youth population, and enhance living standards. Moreover, the agreement is expected to reduce Africa's heavy reliance on external markets by encouraging self-sufficiency. This shift is critical in a world where geopolitical tensions and global supply chain disruptions can severely impact economies. With a unified market, African nations can better leverage their collective bargaining power, compete on a global scale, and attract foreign direct investment. Despite the promising framework, challenges persist. The continent grapples with fragmented regulations, inadequate infrastructure, and diverse monetary systems, all of which pose obstacles to seamless trade. However, initiatives like the Pan-African Payment and Settlement Systems have been introduced to facilitate transactions without intermediaries, aiming to mitigate some of these challenges. The successful shipment from Nigeria to Kenya not only signifies a step forward in realizing African Continental Free Trade Area's vision, but also exemplifies the collaborative spirit needed to transform Africa's economic landscape. This achievement isn't just a shipment, it's a victory for the entire continent and a testament to the vision of Africa's founding fathers and mothers who dreamed of unity, collaboration, and economic independence. Your perspective matters. What do you make of Nigeria's export reaching Kenya and the Africa's most ambitious trade pact? Share your thoughts and insights in the comment section below. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to the New Africa channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our informative future videos. Stay informed, stay engaged, and thank you for watching.